and he lets it fall out of his hands.
It's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On play action, it's Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete. It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Here's Rodgers to throw. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Rodgers now on first down. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. In motion comes the tight end left. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Rodgers now to throw. Steps away. He's able to find Milton. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
To throw is Rodgers. And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at about the 32. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hal down to throw it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Hal trying to pick it up on 3rd. Phillips has it running the out route. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Hal, he'll look to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
And the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Back to the ground with Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Hal will throw it. And this one too low. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. He wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now Hal looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Fourth down, Howell. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on fourth. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it'll be first down, Washington.
That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force him to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge fourth down conversion. Howell's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Another throw for Howell. Able to find his man, John Phillips. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Okay, ready?
They'll run with Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
taking it in from 7 yards away. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Slide for the PAT.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The center receiver in motion to the right.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson.
And some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And again, it's Rodgers.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson, 31 yards. And the Packers are back within a couple of the lead. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second down and a run by Robinson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. He wants to throw it here, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways
called as penalties.
Rodgers will try again on second down. This pass complete to Melton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. Now they say officially it's a 68-yard attempt, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wild Card matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Faking the handoff. Howell. Able to get this one to McBride. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3, this is where the ball goes anymore.
Tackle made by Chase Young. Now a 2nd down and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 16. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And with it, they have taken the lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Second down, Howell now. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers to throw. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And incomplete. incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So on 3rd and medium, they dialed up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. First down, Howell to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. But probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Howell looking to throw again. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 58 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Off play action. It's Howell. This will be caught once again by Brown. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll go play action. Howell. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And once more, Howe back to the air. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Rodgers' throw on target to James. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Jet sweep, Dobbs. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 35. But defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Able to find his man, John Phillips. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Howell to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Howell. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He's back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive is perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.